Hey, welcome everybody. Today we are going to look at measures of central tendency in our video today. And when we talk about measures of central tendency in statistics, we're talking about that center. Okay? So we're talking about in our normal distribution, what would be the center? Okay? So the first and most common measure of central tendency is the mean. Okay? And when we talk about a sample mean, we are talking about the symbol that we are going to use is X bar, okay, which represents our sample mean. Okay, and again, a mean is like an average. Okay, so if I said to you that you had 5 test grades, and your test grades were 70, 75, 80, 85, and 90. Okay, and I said to you, well, what's the average here? Okay, well, again, what we would do to find the average is we would take the sum of our X values and divide them by our sample size. And again, what I'm trying to show you here is symbolism that we're using in statistics. Anytime we talk about the sum, okay, we're going to use that sigma symbol, okay, the sum of our X values. So if I add up 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, okay, and I divide that by my 5 values, okay, I am going to come up with an average of 80, okay? When I add up these 5 values, okay, they add up to 400, and 400 divided by 5, okay, would be a mean of 80. So that would be our average score. Right? Now, if I was going to say to you, well, what's the median? Okay, the median is the middle value. Right? When we have 5 numbers, okay, it's easy to find the median. The median is going to be that score that's in the middle. So in this particular data set, it is possible to have a median and a mean that are exactly the same. If you're asked about the mode, okay, the mode is the number that comes up most often. So for this particular data set, we would have no mode. Okay, so that's one example where we use measures of central tendency to find our data set. Okay. If we look at a second example, okay, let's say this time that in your math class, your professor says you have a choice of being graded by using the median or the mean. Okay? And you had 4 tests. And first test did really well on, you ended up getting a 90. The second test, you had an 80. Third test, you had also a 90, and the last test wasn't so good. Okay, last test was only a 40. Okay. So again, if I say to you, well, let's find the mean, okay, if I take the sum of these values, that's 180, 260, 300, divided by 4 values, okay, your mean, your average test score would have been a 75. And again, why a 75? 3 good grades, but that 40 brought your average down. Now, if I said to you, let's look at the median, the first thing that we have to do is we have to put the values in order before we can find the median. And when I have an even amount of numbers, okay, the median is going to be the average of those 2 middle numbers. So we know the median of 80 and 90 is 85. So obviously, if you had your choice, you would choose the median value, okay? So what we want to understand is when we're talking about medians, what a median is going to do, it's going to take away that really high value or that really low value, okay? If you were buying a house, okay, what they're going to look at is the median price of houses. You may have 4 houses that are priced in the $200,000 range, and then one that's in the $400,000 range. Well, that $400,000 would really bring the price up of those other 4. it's kind of an outlier score. So we're going to take that value out. We're just going to look at the middle. Okay. And obviously, in this example, okay, that 85 is taking away that 40. It's saying you had a bad day that day. 3 out of the 4 tests you did really well at. We're going to focus more on that. And then obviously the mode, okay, in this case the mode would be 90 because that is a score that occurs the most often. Okay. So again, when we talk about measures of central tendency, we're talking about those measures in the middle. Okay, and the 3 most common ones that we are going to look at is mean, median, and mode. Okay, thank you.